Guys, the thing I've been struggling with the most these past few days is rejection. And this is coming from someone who has been a door-to-door salesman. I've done a bunch of cold calls for my business, done a bunch of cold emails. I've gotten rejected a ton. And everyone tells you that the best thing to do to get over your fear of rejection is rejection therapy. And I think that's the first step. I think it's required. I mean, did I say rejection therapy? I meant exposure therapy. And I think that's required. I think that's the cost of admission. It's like the bare minimum. Something I've been struggling to do is acceptance. It's about letting go of the need to justify myself. Like, for example, the thing that gets me rejected most these days is I'm doing a little series on my Instagram where I talk to strangers every day. So I go up to them like a loser with the meta glasses, and I ask like innocent questions. I go like, "Hey, I'm doing a little challenge, getting outside my comfort zone. I have to talk to strangers, and today you guys are the lucky strangers. So how are you guys doing?" I don't know, ask them stupid questions like, "What's one piece of advice you have to get to the world?" Or "What makes a good life?" Stuff like that. Innocent, pretty fun, But people, I don't know, some people would be like, no, don't do this. Oh, are you filming? I don't want to be in it. And I know, to you guys, that seems totally reasonable, and I agree, but it still hurts. It still hurts. Immediately after I remember 2 days ago, I went up to this couple. And all I said was, "Hey, I'm filming a little video pointing at my meta glasses." These aren't my meta glasses, by the way. Pointing at my meta glasses. I just have to, just a little challenge to get outside my comfort zone. I was like, "Oh no, we don't want to do it." And he just left. And it's fine to not want to do it, but it hurts. And I feel like people don't validate the hurt of rejection. They just expect people to take rejection incredibly well. But in the moment, I wanted to just be like, "Do you even care about my..." Like, I want to just straight up the thumb. Do you care about my feelings? Like, do you care about me at all? I wanted him to feel bad for hurting me. And I think, like, to be completely fair, I think a perfect person would have probably been a little bit nicer to me, like at least be like, I'm sorry, we have to go." Or if he truly just didn't feel like it for like whatever stupid reason, be like, "Bro, I'm sorry, I don't like this. Like, honestly, good luck. What you're doing is amazing." Just to take care of my feelings for a little bit. I know it's just to take care of my feelings for a little bit. And I truthfully know that it's my feelings are not their responsibility, because the world is bad and we all have to worry about themselves. But I still, truthfully, from the bottom of my heart, believe that a perfect person would do that. And I know you guys are probably thinking, why are you calling someone's moral deficiency when you're the one coming up to them? Because I'm an imperfect human being, and rejection is hard to deal with. And I feel like more people would be able to deal with rejection better if people would validate what they're going through. And that's simply not going to happen. The world is simply incredibly, incredibly unforgiving. You guys are probably not going to agree with me, most of you. So I have to do my due diligence and take rejection gracefully despite having no validation. That's what you're probably gonna have to do too. They're not gonna validate you. Rejection's gonna be even more brutal because people don't, unless you're like approaching a girl, which is like a universally common experience to get rejected by approaching a girl, you're not gonna get validation like, "Oh, it's okay, bro, good job, you tried." No, you're mostly gonna get, "Hey, you're such a weirdo, stop bothering people." And I get these comments. I also feel rejected in the comment sections of videos. They don't care about how hard I'm trying. I'm trying to improve myself. They just say like, "Oh, you went up to people, you're bothering them. Oh, you're filming people." Like, I'm sure, you know what? This is another incredibly controversial point. At the end of the day, I am using people for my own gain. I'm purely doing this so I lose my own fear of rejection. So I'm a better person. Today, funnily enough, I was watching this video explaining Immanuel Kant's philosophy, and he basically says if you ever use people for your own gain, if you ever use people as a means rather than an end, that's incredibly immoral. That's his whole foundation of his moral arguments, his moral rules. That's exactly what I'm doing, and it's something that the world it's I don't know what do you call it, a base foundation of how Western society thinks these days. It's Immanuel Kant's rules. And I don't think it's necessarily bad. This is an argument for another day, but I'm kind of a utilitarian, and I believe that sometimes people should be a little bit altruistic or experience a little bit of suffering and be inconvenienced by others and forgive them for being inconvenienced. I know how narcissistic that sounds, but I truly believe that from the bottom of my heart. And I think it is right for me to keep bothering people. I don't do it for fun. I do it for my own selfish gain. And to be successful, you have to be immoral or selfish, at least to Immanuel Kant, or you have to at least use people to use people as a means rather than an ends. Alright, that's my video today. God bless you guys. If you believe in love, then you already believe in God, because God is love, but who am I to know?